Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to present my paper. The title is Direct Method Impact on Student Speaking Ability, a case of non-English department student of Semarang University. My name is Stefani Dewi Rosaria, along with my friends Devi Angga Gunantar and Hati Catur Eliawati. So let's go to the introduction. Why we choose this topic? Because we realize that English language proficiency, especially oral or speaking, is important to be mastered. It means that your ability to speak English matters, especially for students. We want to encourage students to be brave in speaking English. Indonesian students have been familiar with English maybe since elementary, yet they still deal with many issues, especially how to utter it. Mostly because they are not confident in speaking English, because they are not using it in regular basis. English, for your information, is a foreign language in Indonesia. Although although the students have studied it from the elementary, they are still not confident in uttering English. So through this research, we want to show the students that there are teaching methods that can be used to teach them more enjoyable, called direct method. Because in direct method, we we encourage students to speak the target language, which is English. So we minimize the use of the native language. In this case, is Bahasa Indonesia. So the subject being observed is students of Faculty of Law. And this is the ESP students, or English for Specific Purposes. So in English specific purposes, we adjust all of the material based on student major. In this case, is law. So they are non-English study program students. So it's interesting seeing how they study English. So why direct method using this research? First of all, direct method should be connected directly to the target language, which is English. So rather than directly translate it into students' native language, which is Bahasa Indonesia, target language can best be taught by associating the meaning through action and demonstrating. So as I said earlier, that we minimize the use of native language. By minimizing it, we encourage students to be more active, finding the associate meaning through action, and to encourage them to speak in English. They have to looking for vocabularies or find the information about some vocabularies that we've prepared before. So actually, we want to describe in this research, we want to describe how this method can improve students' speaking ability, especially for non-English study program students. So the research method that we apply called classroom action research. In this classroom action research, we apply 2 cycles. In each cycles, the researchers apply 4 stages. They are planning, taking action, observing, and reflecting. So let me show you the figure of this cycle. So planning. In planning means that we plan everything from the teaching material, the teaching aid, and then how to assess the students through the pretest and post-test. So we prepare pretest and post-test. Pretest is used to see how far the students can pretest is used to measure the students' understanding before the teaching method is being applied. And the post-test is to see how this teaching method impact. The next step is implementing action. It means that direct method is being implemented or become the treatment in this research. So when the direct method is being applied in a classroom, we observe it. How far its impact to the students. So we go to the observing stage. By observing not only the researchers, but we also involve the collaborators so that we have a valid judgment. So at the end of the cycle, we go to the reflecting. It means that we reflect everything that we've been done in class. So the researchers, the collaborator, and the teacher, they discuss together how the process of teaching and learning with direct method are being applied. So we reflect everything in that process. So this is the point in our cycle. Planning is used as a preparation, and then taking action means direct method is implemented in the classroom. And in observing, the researchers, collaborators observe how direct method is being applied. And the last one is reflecting stage, which the researchers reflects, the collaborators, the teachers reflects everything that's been done in the teaching and learning process. So it is being repeated in the next cycle. In the next cycle, we applied all of the 4 stages, and then we also improve our treatment. So in the reflecting stage, in the first cycle, we have noticed some problems, for example. So we have to overcome those problems to be resolved in the next cycle. So that's the classroom action research. And what is the result? In fact, the direct method positively impacts the student's speaking ability. It can be seen how student enthusiasm and interest in taking part in classroom activity actively. So they are very motivated to engage in classroom activity, and they can minimize the use of native language. And in this direct method, we use picture as a teaching aid. So for example, I show them, or the teacher show them, or the friends show other students a picture that shows judge, because this is student of law, so the vocabulary that being researched is, the theme is about people in law. So the picture show judge in a courtroom. So from the picture, they have to find, or they have to express what they see in the pictures, maybe in word, phrase, or sentences. And then through the teaching aid, which is picture, they encourage, they do all their efforts to find the associate meaning in English language, not in their native language. So we see that students motivated to improve their speaking ability. They discuss a lot with their friends. They cooperate each other. They actively asking questions to the teacher. So the class become more alive because most of them actively participated in the teaching and learning process. So it is a good impact implementing the direct method in a classroom to teach English and to improve their speaking ability. At least they are brave to express their opinion, to express from the picture what kind of vocabulary you find from the picture, and they are brave in asking questions because many of students sometimes do not actively participate or shy, or they don't want to ask questions because they are not confident speaking English in front of the class. So we saw that many students are encourage each other, and it becomes a good impact to their speaking ability. So what we can conclude from this research, through direct method, students can easily understand English because activities that engage in the classroom always give the enthusiasm and interest that attract students' attention to improve and learn English in different level. They are being motivated. They can cooperate each other. They asking question a lot. So I guess I believe that using using this method will give students benefit in improving their speaking ability. So that's all from my presentations. Thank you so much for your attentions. I hope that what I share today will give you more insight how the teaching method can uh, affect or give impacts to students' ability. Thank you so much and have a nice day.